What's up? We are coming at you on a different day, but this is definitely needed. Welcome into this 3-point stance presented by Mountain Dew. Meghan, Triplett, John, Roser here with you. And Roser, we had a little break, all-star break. It's only a few days, not that much, but we are back in action, and a lot has happened. And let's first start with the second half of the NBA season. We're just one day away from the Grizzlies getting back out into action, taking on the Washington Wizards, but there are so many games, so much going on. What's your stance on what you're looking forward to the second half of the season for the Grizzlies?
Well, I've said it on a couple things now. I think the Grizzlies are going to end up with the 6th seed. Yeah, and hey, look, they have to play like a million games in the million days, so like they're going to have plenty of chances to get there. To be able to get there. The only concerns would be whenever Jaren Jackson Jr. comes out. We've seen the injury report. Jaren is going to be out for Wednesday night against Washington. But the only thing would be, and it concerns with Justice Winslow too, is will they play back-to-back? So you got to consider Jaren's not probably going to right off the bat. He's probably going to be on a minutes restriction. And Justice, he didn't play the first back-to-back he could have played. Will he eventually? Because the Grizzlies do have 11 of them in the second half of the schedule. The other thing that would be, we saw the injury report, get well soon Grayson Allen, because I just kind of assumed he would be back Wednesday because he's already been out like a week, and then you get a week off for the All-Star break. So I kind of figured he would be, but that must be a serious concussion. So, obviously concussions are incredibly serious in today's day and age in sports. So let's just hope everything's okay with Grayson and he can get back sooner rather than later. That can't be fun at all. The stories that we've read about concussions, whether it's basketball, football, hockey, whatever it is. So let's hope they can get back. But no, I think the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies will finish 6th. I think Utah's going to end up finishing in the 1 seed. I think the Lakers are going to make sure that Anthony Davis is right. I think that's what they're going to try to do, because that's an Achilles. And whether we've seen Mike Conley had an Achilles injury that lingered for a couple of years before he finally had that surgery, whether it's been DeMarcus Cousins, an Achilles basically ended Kobe Bryant's career. He was never the same when he came back from that. Kevin Durant in the finals, we saw that injury. Klay Thompson is obviously having to miss this year. So it's a very serious injury. So I know they are thinking we just need to get him right. If we have to sit him down for another month and a half, then that's what we're going to do to make sure he's right in time for the playoffs. Can Ty Lue help the Clippers get over the hump? What about Phoenix? They're sitting in the 2 seed there. Are they real? Do you really believe like they're going to do something in the playoffs, or are they going to kind of fall back if some other teams move up? There's a lot of interesting things. And then the Eastern Conference is that way too. Is it Philly? Is it Brooklyn? Is Boston going to make a move? They've been, rumors tied to Nikola Vucevic. And if they make that move, if they're able to make that happen, and you put Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Vucevic together, that's something serious. It's kind of wide open.
Look, Roser, we really only had 3 days off, and I can tell that you are antsing and ready for the Grizzlies to be back in action. I asked you one question, and you broke down the whole entire NBA of the second half of the season. But I love it. You saying the Grizzlies will be in that 6th spot. I don't know. I think the one thing I saw from the first half of the season is that we are just rolling with the punches, because you mentioned injuries and, at the health and safety protocols, that's a thing. And teams are having to adjust constantly. But I will say, for the Grizzlies standpoint, what I'm excited about is that we are getting very closer to getting to that full healthy roster as we wait for Jaren Jackson Jr. to come back, and also Grayson Allen to come back. Coach Jenkins, before that last game, he said that he is encouraged the way Jaren Jackson Jr. has progressed, and that made me very excited, because not only could you potentially get everyone back, but we know that we have the depth. When you look down to the bench, all the guys who have gotten so many minutes, they look really, really good. And now you have a jam-packed second half of the season that's going to get even tougher. Not just so many games, with so many great teams coming up. You got Denver. We still haven't taken on Portland, and we got to do it 3 times. Golden State Warriors. It's a lot going on, and so I'm looking forward to it. If you hear any noises, I'm getting a new roof, and there's nowhere else in this house that I can go right now to do this. But let's get on to our second stance of the day, and let's talk some NFL action, because a player got paid, and he got paid a lot of money. Dak Prescott, 4-year deal, $160 million. A deal has been set. I didn't think a deal would happen this soon. But Roser, is he worth all that money?
Look, I mean, I remember a couple of years ago as a 49ers fan when the 49ers signed Jimmy Garoppolo to that deal, and he hadn't really, he'd won 5 games for the 49ers. They went 5-0 when he played at the end of the season. It was like, this is a crazy deal for Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, now you look at it, and it's not a crazy deal. It's just all it does is set the market, and the next guy gets paid more and more and more and more. We said that the $125 million for Dak Prescott guaranteed. That's the most guaranteed money ever. And so, look. No, it's not. It's not overpaying for him. It's not at all, especially when you consider, and Jerry Jones knows this. Do not think he doesn't know this. It has been talked about in news media reports. That next TV contract's coming for the NFL, and there are rumors it could be double what it is right now. And if that's the case, you're going to see a spike in player salaries all across the board. So if you get that deal signed now,
and
that TV contract doubles, it's going to be a bargain what you're getting him at. It is. It's going to be an absolute bargain. But good on Dak Prescott. He bet on himself. And it came through. Good for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for Dak. I think he's worth the money. I think what's more surprising is that Jerry Jones finally gets it right. It has taken him a minute, and he's slowly trying to get it right. So I'm shocked that it happened just so quickly the way that it did. And I think he deserves it. And obviously Dak and what he means to that community and for Cowboys Nation, I do think that he is your star quarterback. Let him be the face of it. And now it's time to win a Super Bowl. He kind of reposted someone's Instagram story saying, hey, it's time to go. It's time to win a Super Bowl and bring it to Dallas. But now the pressure is on. But if anyone can do it, it is Dak. He was playing phenomenal football before his injury. And now this is less thing that he has to worry about as he recovers and comes back for next season. Dak, you are on the clock, but you got a lot of money while you're on the clock. So
no, there's no doubt about it. And look, and I think Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott's a really good quarterback. I think Dak Prescott's one of the best leaders in the entire league. Anything you hear about him, his teammates from Mississippi State, even up to the Cowboys, his teammates swear by him and love him. So I'm happy for Dak. Good. I'm happy for everybody that gets the bag.
All right, really quickly, we got 2 minutes, and we got to talk about Sunday night. What won your big screen TV? It was so much going on. NBA All-Star, and then you had that Prince Harry, Meghan Markle interview with Oprah on CBS. What won for you?
I didn't even know that was going on. And I didn't realize how big of a deal that was, but I know you do. I will say Damian Lillard and Steph Curry basically having a half-court shooting contest in the middle of the All-Star game. That was pretty impressive. And Steph Curry overall, that's the best shooter the game's ever seen. I don't know how there's ever going to be another shooter better than him.
Yeah, I will say this. Steph Curry, I watched the three-point contest, and Steph Curry proved it then that he's the best shooter of all time. I already knew that, but at this point, everyone should be able to say that with no doubt in the world. But I will say, I started watching the All-Star game. Gladys Knight got it for me. As soon as she stepped off and sang the national anthem, I stayed for the opening part with the HBCU bands, FAMU and Grambling, when they announced the starting lineups, and then I clicked over to Oprah. So let me just see if it's okay. I'll go back maybe the second quarter. It was so good. So then the game went on my phone, and my TV was on Oprah. It was riveting information. It was heartbreaking. It was so much coming out. My heart goes out to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and let it be known, I stand with Meghan Markle and always that, because I know what she was talking about. I've been there. I've experienced it. We know what she was doing. It was the truth coming out. I'm so happy that she had a voice and a platform to put it on. And that was a Sunday night like no other. You had the All-Star game, but that took over all of Sunday night. It's what everybody is talking about, Rosa, which I don't know how you did not know it was going on. We're still talking about it.
I know.
Day.
Yeah, I know. I haven't read anything on it though.
Okay, I'm gonna call you after this and fill you in what's going on, but you pretty much get it. No. It's basically there is some in the institution over there in the monarchy. There could be some racism already, but other people are catching up on. But we stay with Meghan Markle, right, Roser? We can't do this if you're not on Meghan Markle's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been your edition of 3 Point Stance presented by Mountain Dew. We'll see you next week.